Well, howdy there, Tyler. Howdy, Fred, and howdy there, James. Trying to get my live up here on my tablet. There we go. Well, howdy there, Tyler. Tyler S. Got two Tylers now. Just making a wooden fishing rod. Nice. Well, howdy there, Tina. Well, howdy, Nayla. Welcome in. Glad you decided to say hello. Howdy there, Jim. Day was really productive as far as getting all of my Google Sheets in order for in preparation for the first quarter of estimated taxes. Make sure all the receipts are in place and all the numbers are in place. Oh, that's part of the behind the scenes I don't like doing, is keeping track of everything. Oh, nice, Tyler. Well, hopefully the swim meet goes well for you. Nice, Jim. Yeah, Jim, at some point I am going to invest in, I think I told you this, the digital and the stereo microscope. That should fit on there. It's just they're expensive. I also met with a contractor today to kind of get an idea how much it would cost to add on to the shop. I have to figure out an alternate plan. It is, it's more expensive than I thought it was going to be. And unless I'm making like 6 figures a year, like, it's gonna happen. How many days are in 72 hours? That should be like what? Hold on. Oh gosh. It's not 4 days? I can't do math in my head. 36. Is that 5 days? I don't even know. Someone smarter than me can figure it out. Yeah, 3 days. 3 days. I cheated. I pulled up a calculator. My brain is just... so yeah, I talked to a contractor, and I can always get like a secondary quote from someone else, because he did admit that they are probably the most expensive in our area, but he also said that their work and everything they do reflects it. But hold on a second. Just to add on a finished section through them would be about $75,000 to $100,000 at least, and I cannot afford that. Yeah, yikes. I was like, man, I'd have to work extra hard to just be able to pay for that. I mean, to be fair, like, my mindset is like, if my truck ever broke down, I'd probably spend like a few $1,000s on a vehicle and just have like a cheap vehicle, rather than spend $100,000 on a new vehicle, or 60, 70,000, because vehicles are also expensive too. But I think I might get another quote, because I would still rather have the addition onto the garage here. Um, but I think the alternative plan is I need to go down to the city, see what's allowed as far as like what we can like put onto the city lot or onto our lot here, and just get a prefabbed structure that quasi matches the house, and just slap it on the other side of the house. Yeah, it's a lot of money. A lot of money. Zoom in on my empty wallet. Here it is. All right. So, I did do some behind the scenes work, just a little bit. I actually dry sanded this off camera, but we still have to fix some things here. So we have some stuff over here to fix. But I did have to do some additional sanding off camera to get it done with. But I'm going to turn up the music, and away we go. Yeah, Jim, that I do know. It's like, oh man, I must be so close now to being done, and like you like look away, you're like, yeah, still got a ways to go. Alright, so that is the downside about having a microscope, but you know, that was more detailed work. Well, hi there, Reptile Z. Hello there, Mary. What couldn't you do to other films that aren't easily polished? They're easily to break and you make what polished movie, you have to do all again. So Tyler, depending on what the material is, like if it's too soft and it's gonna keep crumbling on me, I won't work it. But there's gonna be a video next week where I made a cab out of fish poop that's from the Green River Formation. It's a fossil, basically. And I used to use ultra thin C adhesive to stabilize it. Nayla asks, this is probably a weird question, but how did you get into lapidary work? Well, Nayla, that is not a weird question at all. I'll actually turn the music so I can, hopefully you can hear me. If you have a hard time hearing me, just let me know. But let's go back even further. So I've always been into rocks ever since before I can remember. I want to say it's probably about 2011 that I bought some obsidian from a local shop, and I had paid them to polish it. I think it's 2011 anyway. And I went back and picked it up, and they're like, you know, we've tried 6 or 7 times, and we just cannot get this Obsidian to polish. I'm like, no worries. Paid like $20 for them to do that. I still have the Obsidian here somewhere. And there's another shop here in town. I took a lapidary class, and the owner of the shop he wasn't very like in depth on his teaching, on like, you know, teaching how to polish stuff. He showed me like one or two things, and for a couple minutes, and that was it. And he left everything to my own devices basically. And so I played around with a piece of broken thunder egg, polished that up. I'm like, all right. And then after that, I worked on Obsidian, because my thought process is, if I can polish Obsidian, I could polish almost anything, because Obsidian is very, very finicky. You're polishing glass, basically. And ever since then, I've just always been in the lapidary. So I kind of started my lapidary journey itself in like 2012. Yes, this is the same piece from last night. Well, hi there, Ryan. Howdy, Jenny. Opal guy, Spot, Jahik. And I'm always willing to learn things. And that's why one of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel, because I couldn't find any like good how-to videos on lapidary. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take my things that I've learned and make content on it. And of course, our earlier videos are really what's that word? Awkward. Awkward's a good word for the very first videos. But I want to be able to teach people. Nayla, nice. Yeah, Lapidary Dave's a nice guy. He's been trying to get me to go down there to Tucson for a while now, and I think maybe this next year I'll be meeting up with him. It's high time I do that. Yeah, Mary, you know, I need to do that. I believe that I have a small idea where that piece is at. It's either on the storage rack out back or somewhere on the big pile. I'm pretty sure it's in the storage rack. Yeah, that's looking much better. Yeah, I need to find that one piece and polish it up. It's meant to be at this point. I mean, it started the journey. It's high time I get it finished. No, Tyler, there's pieces that I've worked that I just kind of gave up on and just kind of put out in file too. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. Just more over here a little bit. Yeah, I'm a master procrastinator. I'm trying to work on that. And then kind of down here. Down here needs it too. See, maybe I can show what I see here. You see those little, looks a little rough right there. That just needs a little sanding down. If I can get that out. I got a lot of the other spots out, and even on there. Might be hard to see on camera, but it's there. Trust me. So Knoxville coming up about 2 hours from Lake Superior's 2 5-gallon pails of nice. Are you gonna go for it, Jim? Trying to resist. Oh, nice, that's Ozzy. Resistance is brutal, as Melissa would say. Really focusing on that one spot. I do it to blend it though to make sure I don't like have like one big flat spot. That's what I'm trying to do. Just focus it and then blend it. Still kind of there. It's okay. That should be fine. I mean, down here was pretty bad too. Well, thank you, Mary. I mean, Tyler, it could be. It's hard to say without seeing pictures of it. Because it could be calcite, it could be quartz, it can be granite, it can be a wide variety of things without seeing pictures or like not knowing the area. It's kind of neat. Well, Tyler, quartz can still be very blocky. It's not always like a quartz crystal, a quartz point, or clear quartz. Quartz can also be very milky or very white. Well, howdy, Barrett. It is actually obsidian. A little closer there. That's a big old piece of obsidian. I have a father that's a giant. It's just a glass eye. I'm just kidding. I never knew my father. Currently trying to get to a jeweler in Lapperley to know how to throw out her turquoise rejects out in the flower garden. Told her to save everything for me. Nice, Jahik. Yeah, that's the way to do it. No, Barrett. This is obsidian, not onyx. Obsidian. This is natural volcanic glass. I promise. Okay, that's looking better. Go ahead and turn that off. Just do a double check here. Smash that. There are going to be some natural pits and stuff I can't really grind out. Those are going to have to stay. But almost. That should be okay. I'm checking for any issues that could be there. I might have to work on this side a little bit more. Work down here, right there. And then same thing with the other side, just right here. And then I think after those spots have been hit, we should be good to go to the next stage. See, Glenn says, I'm a new subscriber here. A great grandfather Via rocks, and they got a story of one of the rocks is in the Smithsonian. Nice, Glenn. That's awesome. I would love to visit the Smithsonian. My grandma, she went to the Smithsonian, and she told me that I'd have to pretty much take a couple days to really go through everything, or to really enjoy it. I think her exact words is like, you need more than a few days to really see everything there. It's still kind of there. Ocean jasper, you know, the way that I was told, it's tough mining conditions, and they can only mine at certain times. But again, I'm not there, I can't witness it. So I'm not sure exactly how rare it is, like really per se. I mean, it can't be that rare if they keep making like spheres and towers and cabs out of it. Well, hi there, Randy. Yeah, Jim, I'm kind of the same way. I'm not a huge fan of big towns. Like when I went there for my first year, I think even just going through Boise, just the outskirts of Boise, I was I was pretty stressed. I didn't like driving through Portland. How hard is it to polish? Well, Woody, I wouldn't say it's super hard. It's just more tedious than anything. Because, you know, it's glass. It's natural glass. But what I do, as you may have noticed, is I am frequently checking my work. So I have an air compressor, and I just use it to kind of dry the stone. You can also use a towel if you don't have one of these. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for any like really deep scratches, and I think I got most of them out. Most of them. I got some issues over here though. But I'm not gonna be able to get out these deep things right here. Zoom in. So that is a fracture that's going into the stone. Nothing I can do about that. I mean, I could do something about it, but that would require me to grind down even further in the stone, like super, super deep, and I'm not gonna bother to do that. That's not what I'm gonna do. And I'm not gonna bother with that or this. And there's a spot over here too. Oh, I had to get this out. I had to get that right there. There's a spot over here too. I need to do that entire side right over here. So see those deep scratches right there? Gotta get those out. And then over here, it's kind of the same thing. Some pretty deep scratches. But it definitely looks a lot better than it did last night. Jacob. Goodbye, Jacob. Goodbye, Jacob. And then we are going to have to refresh my chat here. Because every time I block someone, I have to refresh it. There we go. Alright. So yeah, we're just going to work on this spot right here. And then right here on the sides, kind of get those worked out. And then after that, we should be ready for the next stage, which will be, because we're at 140 grit, the next stage will be at 280. Come on, need water. And this requires water. And these are resin diamond wheels made by Diamond Pacific. I'm not sponsored or affiliated, though it would be nice if I was. When it comes to like working with Obsidian, like these are the only wheels I use. Well, have a good night, Tyler, and good luck with your swim meet in 72 hours. So this one is 140 grit. And it's a resin-based diamond grit wheel. Just all around it. Make sure I didn't miss these spots here. I have to keep the stone moving. Because if I stop, or if I focus too much in one area, it'll actually cause like a facet in the stone, which I don't want. I want a nice smooth surface all the way around there. Double check. Okay, yeah, we should be good. So now we're going to go to 280 grit. Well, hi there, Betty. I'll do a spot over here. Just kind of show you the difference between one and the other. So let's do a little spot over here. Oh yeah, Randy, like I mainly bought the like the big air compressor for prepping fossils, but I'm like, you know what would also this be good for? Oh man, I'm so happy with using the compressor to do this, to do stuff like this with. It helps so much. Do it, Betty. I'll be the devil on your shoulder for that one. So you know, I already see a difference between one grit and the other one. Now this is again, it's a very tedious process, but you gotta trust the process. I'll grab a random piece over here. Well, quasi random anyway. Oopsie. Let's see. Oh, Rusty, do you mean... Do you mean this nutsack right here? This little nutsack. And no, I haven't polished it yet, even though it's nice, genuine leather. I haven't needed to actually use any kind of like waxes or oils to help preserve my nutsack. I do have an affiliate program, by the way, for the nutsack. But Rusty, you're gonna go. You can go bother someone else. Fare thee well, friend. Fare thee well. And Rusty's gone. Bye, Rusty. Good luck. He gone. Oh, let me have another one here. Okay. And we get rid of that one as well. Man, they are just on something tonight. There we go. And go back to all messages. It is. Well, it's weird because troll hour for me is like 11 o'clock. Rusty just rusted away. No, but seriously, everyone that's listening, this is actually a legit brand. This is actually a local company that makes these, and this is actually called a nutsack. Nutsack, made in USA, and it's nice canvas, it's nice leather, like not even trolling. I do love this bag. It is a nice, and they make other things. They do also make wallets, and they make other stuff as well. They are expensive. I will say they are expensive, but they are very, they're high quality. Oopsie. Of course, I'm not treating it very well. I'm sorry, buddy. There we go. But anyways, so the process, trust the process. I mean, this one's a little wet and dusty from being on the shelf for so long, but this one has gone through a similar process, and it's a different type of obsidian, but it went through the same process. A little dusty, a little dirty, but just gotta trust the process. Nah, George, and I'm gonna warn you right now, George, you gotta keep it clean, man. I don't mind trolls, but if you're gonna be raunchy or rude, then you gotta go. I'm out in two. Man, Glenn, you're busy. 296 channels. yeah, I guess it is spring break. I forgot about that. I should remember that because my daughter is even like home from preschool. I didn't even think about that. All those kids don't have anything else better to do. You think they'd be maybe playing on their Roblox? Oh man, Roblox. Minecraft's better. Nope, kid, I was saying nutsack. Because I have a brand, an actual bag that is canvas and leather, and the brand is called Nutsack. Well, hi there, Rob. Just in time for the Nutsack. How do you feel about cultured sea glass? Mark, do you mean what do you mean by cultured sea glass? Do you mean the stuff that washes up on the beach? Well, hi there, Joseph Stanley. Recycled, broken bottles, humbled. Mark. To be honest, I've actually never really thought about that before. But while I'm thinking about it, I don't see a problem with that. I mean, if it's being recycled and being reused as far as like decor or maybe for someone's art projects, I'm okay with that. I think it's better to find a way to recycle something in either a useful or artistic way. Well, hi there, Lady MacGyver. Welcome in. If you like rocks and positivity, a neutral, positive place to hang out, you're in the right place. You have great friends, good conversation, learning content, and pretty rocks. Glenn, that's actually a really good question. I do sell rocks, but it depends on what I'm doing. Like right now, this is someone else's rock. This is not mine. In the past, at least a few times, what I've done is we did like a lapidary auction. So I'd be working on the rock, the auction would start, and then when I got done, the auction would end. But I do sell rocks on my weekends. I don't know if you've actually noticed my lives before. But what'll happen, I mean, not this weekend because I'll be going live from our friend's showroom. But typically on the weekends, all these shelves come out this way. So this is all my lapidary equipment. And so this all comes this way, revealing a big old shelf back there with inventory. And then we go live, kind of on the table over there. So my garage is basically split. Rocks and rock cells, and then artistic lapidary stuff over here. And then over here in the corner is my personal collection over here. Wait, you sell rocks? What? But yeah, this is my personal collection. Well, this is part of the personal collection anyway. There is more in the other room. I mean, is it light outside still? No, it's dark outside now. Well, howdy, Azure. I might have an answer for you, hopefully. I have an awesome try myself. I love rocks, but I stream my classic car garage. Nice, Lady MacGyver. I keep tapping, it ain't helping. Betty, I saw that there was a show happening, and I'm like, No. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip the Sweet Home show. And then I'm going to go to the Rick Rial show. I think it's next month for the Rick Rial show. That one I'm going to. That one I might actually take a day off. I might work Saturday as far as live sales, and then on Sunday I might go to that one. Actually, I might go Friday and Sunday because sometimes vendors have new stuff on Sundays. So I'll go Friday and I'll go Sunday and then work Saturday. I have some raw lattice sunstone. You want to take a shot at it? Yeah, Azure, send me an email. That way I can get maybe some pictures from you. Or if you have Facebook Messenger, send me a message on Messenger too. Because that way, if you only have Facebook, you can send me a video. That way I can get a better idea of what it looks like. And also, is it the rainbow lattice from Australia or the rainbow lattice from Tanzania? Well, thank you so much, Lady MacGyver. Much appreciated. I'm trying to think what else. So yeah, I do live sales on the weekends, and then we do sometimes the occasional lapidary live, and sometimes there's actually a fish in here right now. Like I had this fish to finish in here. There's a big. This is in my way. Here, I'll squeeze you all in here. That is a large fossilized fish plate that I'm working on. So that one's pretty much exposed. And then I'm working on this fish right here. Let's give you an idea as to how big this thing is. Get my hand in here. There we go. Yeah, it's a pretty good sized fish. And then I did this one over here. And then I also did that one back there. That one's pooping. And then that little guy right there. And then for Snips and Wiggles, I made this cab out of fish poop. Oh, then I also made a YouTube play button out of dinosaur bone and fire obsidian. Oh, and then, sorry. And then I also made this pooping gnome, which, is the gnome even in here? The gnome's not in here. But yeah, I made that gnome out of a bunch of different rocks and stuff. And of course I polished all the obsidian back here as well. I'm very big on, like, if I could do something that's kind of fun and crafty with rocks and stuff, I'll show you guys. Let me get caught up in chat really quick. So I'm gonna move the, I'll move the chat right here so it's a little closer. So I'm not looking so far away from you guys. It's right here. There we go. Now I can read chat a little bit. And Glenn, I'm in Oregon, Corvallis, Oregon. I believe Corvallis used to be called Marysville, and I think at one point it used to be the state of Oregon, the capital of Oregon, even for the briefest of times. I gotta double check my facts on that one, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened many years ago, way before Salem was the capital. Well, thank you, Jerb Joseph, much appreciated. Rainbow from Australia. Okay. Yeah, this stuff is very pretty for the rainbow lattice. Just getting caught up on the chat. Oh, howdy there, Dave. Howdy, Bryce. Well, howdy there, Sawtick. Good morning from India. Well, good evening from the United States. Sierra Hounder, thank you. I do love that gnome. I look wise. It's the beard. It's the beard. If I had no beard, I wouldn't look very wise at all. I don't play D&D, uh, but I have always wanted to make like stone dice though. Someday. Feel the Steel tattoo and piercings. Like, share, subscribe. Well, thank you, Feel the Steel. Just came across a stream. What kind of content do you post? So Timber, I do everything that is rock and like rock, crystal, mineral like related. Turn down the music just a little bit. I do a lot of cutting and polishing and stuff. Some rock hounding. Then on the weekends I do live sales, but not in the vertical format. I do it in the horizontal format. So that way we can see everything on the table. But primarily when I started this channel, and I prefer to do the how-to stuff, the learning stuff here on the channel. So mostly learning and how-to, with a little bit of adventure videos. When I can afford to get, out of the house. I don't even have my truck right now. My truck's in the shop. Yeah, I like the fish, the fossil fish pooping. Like that was a nice surprise for that fish. It looked like the character from Harry Potter. Forgot that. Do you mean Hagrid? You're a wizard, Harry. I'm a what? You're the only you there ever will be. So okay, and then I was gonna come up here, and I was gonna go to Lady MacGyver's channel. Lady MacGyver, I'm gonna give you a follow here. There we go. There we go. You're a wizard, Kyle. Did you wonder how I did it all? Sometimes I wonder how I'm able to get this all, like, do everything I'm doing. But even then, I'm not giving 100%. If I'm being like fully like open, I'm not giving 100%. And I need to be giving everything my 100%. Have you ever went into airsoft gun arena? No, I have not. Constitution, Andy. I'm gonna keep everything non-political. I will say, if I was president, my motto would be "You do you." I don't care what you do. I don't care. Just you do you. I have my own life to worry about. Everyone else has their own lives to worry about, and everyone should not be worrying about what everyone else does. Just you do you. Kyle Ridge Creek. Whenever the next presidential race is, like, I'm old enough now. I'll rock in every garden. It's the prop up Kyle Rockhound night. Go live Monday to Friday, late morning to the evening, and some weekends. Well, Lady MacGyver, if I'm ever like, because sometimes I'll be like looking through YouTube, like looking for stuff to watch as I'm working here in the shop, or like behind me while I'm wrapping people's orders. I'll try keeping an eye out for your lives. Even if I don't type in, I might be busy with like wrapping stuff, but I'll at least be like, howdy. Well, howdy there, boo boo. Dave. Oh, I don't have my bell's all the way over there. Hang on. Just make sure my plumber crack don't show when I stand up. I'll give you all that much respect. No plumber crack here. Thank you, Dave, for the super chat. Dave, that's actually going to go towards the truck bill now, because my truck is. I don't have my truck. I don't know if you can see on the camera, maybe. But my truck, maybe not. And I can't see. But my truck's not there. I won't have it for like a week or so. I'm trying to reply. There we go. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, and looking at Mark's comment, Mark says roommates suck. It can be tough to live with roommates. I've been there. I've done that. Even on Job Corps, I shared one room with like three other guys. It's not ideal, especially when like one snores, one falls asleep within 10 seconds, and then snores. Man. Bryce, I'm just gonna flip the camera around here in a second. We're gonna get back to work because I do get distracted very easily. Rip Triple X Gaming says I did subscribe. I don't know. Did you subscribe? So Rob, a couple years ago, I think it was actually before my first trip to Wyoming, my temperature gauge stopped working. Like it would just be like whoop, and then like just kind of like go in the opposite direction. It just wasn't working. Several months ago, I noticed that my speedometer wasn't quite working right, and this just got progressively worse. I would try to do a gauge like reset on it, and it would work for a little while, and then just go like right back to where it was. So I could be like parked, engine turned off, and I'm going 120 miles an hour. Or there's one day where I was driving, and like the speedometer would go up, but even as I am like hitting the brake, it wouldn't go back down. And so when I hit the gas again, I would just keep going. And I'm like, that's a problem. And so the mechanics here, they have to send to Florida the cluster pan, like the cluster thing, send it to Florida, have them fix the chip, and then ship it back. And I think this is about $700 to do that. And I called another auto place, and they're like, yeah, for how old your truck is, we can't fix it. You have to go to like a pick apart to like get another clutcher off another truck to do that. And the mechanic that I'm going through, he's like, yeah, you can't do that because there's a safety feature in there. If you mess up, your truck won't even start. I'm like, well, that's good to know. Man, vehicles. But I would rather just keep fixing stuff in my truck. My truck was like only $4,000 when I got it. High mileage, but only $4,000. Frugal Kyle. Tara, I'm working on a piece of Obsidian. And then Jim's going to bed. Well, have a good night, Jim. Colleen lets me curl up in the corner and catnap. Well, how there, Outfish? Okay, focus. I will just skip right in the studio in complete bliss. Yeah, there's a lot of treasures in here. Oh, yikes, Mark, that sucks. Okay, I'm gonna flip the camera around here in a second. I am just making sure. Yes, Chris, it's a 2008 F-150. It used to be a logging truck before I got it. I think it's sitting at 239,000 miles. Yes, Terrace, it's still the Whopper from the last night here. But that's okay. I'd rather just get it fixed because, vehicles are expensive. And as much as I would absolutely love a brand new truck, and for my business, it would make sense to get a brand new truck, write it off. But I cannot justify spending $60,000 plus for a brand new vehicle. But my friend, his father-in-law doesn't drive anymore, and they have a little Dodge Caravan, and I might be buying that from him. And I might keep my truck. I don't know yet. It is nice to have like an additional vehicle just in case. But I think that van might get better gas mileage than my truck does. But we'll see. Too early to say yet. Yep, it's all paid up. Yeah, I think it is the 5.4. One thing I will say about that truck, though, when I got it, because it used to be belong to a logging company, they kept every receipt of everything ever done to it. So that was nice. Lady MacGyver, this is actually going to go back to our friend Dave Liu. Yeah, the gas mileage does suck. Considering I drove it to Wyoming, I can attest to that. Well, so no, I drove it to Wyoming, and then up to Montana, and then through Idaho, and then back down to Oregon. That's such an expensive trip for gas. Oh, nice. Nice Azure. I can't think of anything I need right now. I did kind of mess up my my shifter knob because I was going to put a stone on there. I still have to do that. Just for snips and wiggles. To epoxy that thing on there. Absolutely, Timber. You ever get bored, come check us out. Keep an eye out for my lives. We have a very kind community here. Happy to make new friends. Well, howdy, Randall. Absolutely, sir. I will. If I ever give up my shifter knob idea, I'll be sure to reach out. I still have to fix my taillight as well. So, I used to so my very first vehicle ever was a 1999 Ford Econoline E150. That thing was like, that was my baby. I kept it clean. I kept it pristine. Yes, I had shag carpet on the inside because I used to live out of it for about 3 months. But that was my pirate ship, and I named it the White Pearl. But like now, like something happens to break, if it's not like super important, I don't get to it like I used to. So right now, like I have a hole in my rear tail light, and I just haven't got around to it. And I know they make replacements you can find on Amazon. Just can't be bothered with it. I wouldn't know, not down by the river. More like the Walmart parking lot sometimes, a few times. Oh, nice, Lady MacGyver. Yeah, I've never worked with resin before, but I do want to test around with resin just in general. With some other projects that I have. But I did. Is it in here? I don't think it's in here. When I had my van, I did make a Ford emblem without the words out of a giant thunder egg, and I had epoxied it to the hood of the van. And I'm pretty sure that someone just kind of came across and knocked it off there and broke it. I still have it. Azure, for my truck, it's a 2008 F-150. And I think it's a Triton. Well, hi there, Tarantula. We're working on this piece of Obsidian right here. Look at that. Bam. Wait, hang on. Bam! Look at that. It's like a big old glass eye. Gonna be very thorough with this stage. Get all the deep scratches out. Yeah, I've had 3 vehicles in my life, so I'm not gonna count one of them because one of them I only had for like a week. They sold me a lemon. Actually, it wasn't even a week; it was like a couple days. But my first vehicle, it was gifted to me, and that was the van. The second vehicle was it was a Ford Mercury. That one I named Freddie because of Freddie Mercury. And then the only reason I got rid of it is because I needed a larger vehicle to haul things around, so I traded that one in and got my current truck. And I named my current truck Harrison. Get it? Because Harrison Ford. So I will say I did not shape this piece. I'm just simply giving it a good shine the best I can anyway. Well, how do they, Wild Heart? What with the guy named Beagles? They're all females. Nah. I would say probably the closest thing was the van when I named it the White Pearl. That was it. But no, the car, Freddie. The truck, Harrison. Tara, my very good friend is also very good friends with someone that works at a dealership, and I believe one of his customers owns a logging outfit. And it just so happened that when I wanted a truck, they pretty much traded in all their entire fleet. And out of all the vehicles, mine was the best condition one out of all of them. Now, to be fair, I did have to detail it. I got it as is, as they dropped it off. It was not detailed or nothing. That thing was muddy. Now, I'm not saying that it wasn't perfect. There were still some things I had to fix or get fixed after a while. But that truck has been so good to me over the years. Azure, I promise you don't have to get me a taillight, but it is the right side. Oh, yeah, now we're cooking. That's looking much better. So we just we're still working on the 200 and was it 280 grit. I always forget. So with this machine we have 140, 280, and over here we have 600, 1200, 3000. But with Obsidian, I do not use 3000 because I always have issues with this one towards the end of the stage. Excuse me. I always go from 1200 straight to that polishing wheel right there, and then we're good. Well, thank you, Azura. I definitely appreciate it. About 2 Jeeps at a car auction. Going to build a crawler out of one of them. I didn't even get to put them in my driveway because someone came up with more cash than I could refuse. Rob, I probably would have done the same thing. It's like, here's money. Okay, say less. There you go. I'm gonna try to get as far as I can. It's already 9:26. I mean, Terry, you know you're my time zone. I'm gonna try to get as far as I can. Worst case, this might be like a part 3 tomorrow night, but I'm gonna get as far as I can tonight. And I will kind of show you what I see here. And we don't have to go back a stage. This is actually caused by this grit. If there's like a piece of diamond or something that's sitting higher than the rest of them, it can actually cause another scratch on the surface. Yeah, yeah, wheels are very expensive. Both, ironically enough, or would it be considered ironic? Both car wheels, truck wheels, and lapidary wheels, they're all expensive. So I'll show you kind of what I look out for. And this is why I use the air compressor to dry out the stone, so I can see what I'm doing before I go to the next stage. Because if you miss any of this on this stage, you're going to have to go back a step. And nobody wants to go back a step. And what is that? Keep my eye on you. But there's a scratch right there. So if we zoom in, right there should be good. So there's 2 white lines right there inside this square. Those are deep scratches. And then I saw another scratch kind of right here in the center of that one right there. And then there's a few streaks across the sky right here. And just to get those out, we just spend more time in the wheel and just keep checking our work. Actually, before I do, I have a garnet right here. And actually, I kind of picked up on this trick while Wild Art was here a couple weeks ago. And I'm just going to run this across the wheel. And hopefully if there's a loose diamond on the surface or any kind of contaminant, this garnet will actually help knock it loose. Yeah, we'll go live again tomorrow night, probably about the same time. Because I won't be doing anything else tomorrow night. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to clean the wheel really quick. And if I miss anyone's comments, I do apologize now. I'm trying to catch comments as often as I can. We're going to use, I think, just that part of the... Move some of the water, not all of it, just a little bit. And hopefully we should have knocked loose any kind of contaminant that was on there, or even like a piece of diamond that was sticking up higher than the rest. Yes, the garnet is much harder than the obsidian. Isn't garnet like 8.5 on the Moe's? We'll have a good night, Sierra Hounder. Thanks for popping in for a little bit. Moe's is 6.5 to 7.5, so I was off on that one. Maybe I should be using ruby instead. Maybe I should. Obsidian hardness. Yeah, obsidian's 5 to 5.5. I don't know if I can reach the rubies or not. It should be fine though. It should be fine. Come on. Well, hi there, Belinda. Welcome in. There you go. South Australia, nice. Well, welcome in, Belinda. You like rocks and crystals and everything of the sort and learning how to do stuff, you're in the right place. Well, so I'll show you a piece here that's actually already been polished. Let's see if I can get my thing here. Good enough. Alright, so this is also a piece of obsidian that has gone through the same stages as what we're doing right now. Different variety, but same process. And that's what it looked like beforehand. And then I've also polished all that obsidian up there as well. And I made that. This one? Uh-oh. That's okay. Might be a little dusty. Yeah, it's a little dusty. It's got some dog hair on it. I don't know where the dog hair came from. You show me some blue sapphire. I do have a blue sapphire somewhere that is from... Oh, goodness. Let me think here. It's from Montana, but I think it's in my rock room somewhere. Yeah, Belinda, I made that thing myself because I don't ever think I'll make it to 100,000. So I made my own. Fire obsidian, sterling silver, and that is dinosaur bone. And Kid Curry, like, why the towel inside the cat machine? There's two reasons. One of the reasons is if if I was working on something small or fragile, this would help kind of cushion the fall a little bit. The second reason is I'm very white, and when I have no white background and it's just blue, my very white hands and arms, the camera doesn't like it all that well. So I have to kind of get creative for background. And George works in mineral in Saudi Arabia. Nice, George. George. Hey, who needs diamonds when you have obsidian? Especially fire obsidian. Fire obsidian is the best obsidian. Followed by the some rainbow obsidians. Yes, this is recycled water. If anyone hasn't seen my setup, I'll show it. Yes, the velvet is a good second. Maybe some tanning lotion. Rob, I don't like wearing lotions. Any kind of lotion. Even like Amy's like, your skin's dry, you should probably put some lotion on. I'm like, I don't want to put lotion on my skin. I don't like to feel it at all. There was a time I was out in the desert at the sunstone mines, and rather than put on sunscreen, I just took a bunch of dirt, made it into mud, and just covered my skin with the mud. One is a nice exfoliant, but also it kept me from getting super burned. Oh, nice, George. Now, I am very picky about what I put on my skin. I don't like really oily or like greasy textures. Like there's a lot of hand soaps that I don't even like to use. Like I use Irish Spring because it rinses off really quickly. I'm very picky. It's resolution on his skin. There gets the hose again. Oh, hi there, Janet. Oh, Janet's on silent mode. Yeah, hold on a second. Howdy, Janet. Okay. So check our work again. Usually about the stage, I should be able to see in the stone a little bit more. Also, did you know that underneath shortwave light, obsidian actually fluoresces red? Did I turn on the air compressor? I think we should be able to go to the next stage. Some of the scratches look deep, but with the 600 grit, those should come right out. Out of there, pork daddy. Would you cab me? I'd cab me. Rob. Isn't that mineral zircon? And because please tell me like my brain's not hold on. Isn't it zircon? What's the oldest mineral on the earth? No. What's the oldest mineral on the earth? I have to enunciate my words. Yeah, zircon. Yeah. Which actually I do have. Surprisingly enough, I do actually have some zircon right there. Zircon. These, watch. Oh no. Well, I actually caught them all. Cool. They do look like urns, but they are not. So those zircons, just everyone, a little teaser to everyone. I am slowly working on figuring. Oh gosh, I can't talk. Figuring out what to put into the African mystery boxes, and I believe I'm gonna put some zircons in those mystery boxes. Jenny. Okay. We're going to do 600 for a little bit. What time is it? 9:42. Okay, so we'll work on that a little bit. And hopefully we don't run into issues, but I might see one little issue on the lighting. That's fine. That'll be fine. Do I work on emeralds too? I have not worked with emeralds yet, but every time I go to the jewelry store to get my ring cleaned and checked, the people that work there know better than to clean my emeralds or to put in the ultrasonic cleaner. What's everyone's favorite place in Oregon to rockhound? Well, Pork Daddy, I personally like the Oregon coast, but I also like the mountains. But really, I just like getting out of town and away from people. That way I can enjoy the sounds of nature, the fresh air, just the solitude. But so long as there's rocks there, I'm down. There are some areas in Oregon I haven't been to yet that I would like to go. Particularly on the east side of Oregon, where you get a lot of the sea maggots, just kind of out there, like towards like Graveyard Point. What's Lady Diana's ring? I don't know what Lady Diana's ring is. Yeah, well, I'll give you a heads up when I do that. You know, George, I will say that I don't know much about energies or the healing properties of rocks and crystals and everything, and I will never pretend to know what they are. I do know that obsidian is a grounding stone. That much I do know. I like to pretend that my fire obsidian necklace, since it is a black stone, is a grounding stone, but since it also has almost every color of the rainbow, it gives me all the energies. Oh, nice, Rob. So, you know, when I was in Montana, I don't know if I told this story or not. I called one of the sapphire company, like the sapphire sifting companies, to see if they had any openings on the way back, and the lady was like very like to the point and said no, they don't have the openings. So I'm like, okay, well, so it's one of those things where I think you have to kind of like really reserve very, very far in advance for like some of the places over there. Wild Heart. I always ask the question, why do you think we are so attracted to stones? Nature doesn't make us attracted to things for no reason. You know, Jenny, that's a fair point. I didn't think about it that way. We're not done yet. So we're not even close to being done, but it's already looking much, much better. So that's just off the 600. Already getting there. And Wild Heart, I can always talk to you about like doing a pendant, and because I will say probably the most cost-effective way for me to do a pendant for you is if we find something out of your pile. Because I'd be willing to bet there's still obsidian, like fire obsidian in that pile. So this side right here, that's the 280 grit, which we haven't touched with the 600, and on this side is the 600 grit. And then Dave, just so you know, I don't know if you were here when I'm talking about those fractures going there pretty deep. The only way to be able to get those out would be to grind that all the way down. But I will definitely do what I can with this piece here. And I am trying to keep an eye out for any spots that may have slipped by me on the previous stages. And if I do find those spots, I will work on those off camera. Because there might be some swear words at the stone. Gotta add some college money to the swear jar. So I was thinking of something that I would like to do for River someday, here in the future at some point, is I would like to get a collection of stuff that is like around $5 and nothing be over $5. Just keep it super easy across the board and do a live sale where River shows the rocks and she hands them to me to put in people's boxes. And aside from whatever, if it's either my material or Josh's material, whoever it is, like, I don't make any money, and all the profits would go to River towards a savings account or something that if River wants something. Do something fun. So if you think I should do something like that, let me know. So long as she keeps focused long enough to do that, we can try something like that. Max Harris. Maybe it's not familiar. Max Harris. No. Max Harris. I think I know him, Max. But I don't know his last name, though. Maybe it's not familiar. Jeweler? No. No, I don't know a Max Harris jeweler. David, I definitely appreciate the compliment. There are other people out there that are definitely way better than myself. I will say that. I definitely do what I can. With what I have here. Well, thank you, Marcavius. Do I play Fortnite? No, I don't play Fortnite. I either play Minecraft, Skyrim, or if time allows it, I guess Halo. But lately my games have been either Skyrim or Minecraft. But I haven't had any time to play any video games lately. Then burn the midnight oil, if you know what I mean. So yeah, for those that might be new to the stream, polish this piece of obsidian right here. We'll get it as shiny as this. Nice and shiny. Got some water spots on it. I was born September. I was probably conceived around Christmas or New Year's, because I'm sure my mom and my biological father had nothing else better to do. Voila! Here I am. And Kyle and his old shoulder. This one is not for sale. This is actually a friend here in the chat. This is Dave Lewis. But I do live sales on the weekend, and this weekend I actually oh my gosh, I'm having a big rock sale, discounted rock sale at my friend's warehouse. Saturday starting at 10 a.m. And from the amount of stuff that's in there, I might have to go there Sunday as well. But we're going to kind of play it by ear, see what happens Saturday, and if we have to extend it into Sunday, we probably will. J Razors, I'm sorry, but this is not for sale. And even the other piece of obsidian, how much are you offering? 10,000? Is that 10,000 rand? Or is that US dollar? But I'm sorry, but it's not for sale. You couldn't offer me enough money for this rock. It does not belong to me. I am not on whatnot. I actually see I have WhatsApp, and the only reason I have that is because the people that I'm buying from South Africa, they have that. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have it. I don't even like having Facebook. I have a hard time keeping track with like different messages, like Instagram messaging, Facebook messaging, business suit on Facebook messaging, emails, Facebook, Discord. I can't keep track of all the messages. Like I want just like one centralized messaging platform, because I very easily lose track. And sometimes I'll read someone's message and then I go to I mean to reply, and like 2 weeks goes by, I'm like, oh no, did I reply to that person? And then I feel really bad. Yeah. So tomorrow I'm gonna I had to go to the warehouse, drop things off anyway to kind of get things pre-set up, and then I'm gonna take a video of kind of some of the stuff that's there, so you can kind of get an idea of like what's going to be discounted, because there's going to be specimens, there's going to be cabs, finished stuff, everything. There's going to be so much stuff there, a lot of stuff. Yeah, I think I'm almost thinking that both days might have to be the showroom, and even though there is a rock shop going on Sweet Home, which I would love to go to. But my business takes top priority. But I am going to go to the Rick Rial show. That one is a must. Let's see here. One second here. I mean, I would sell this piece, but I can guarantee I'm not going to sell it for 10,000. It'd be probably a lot more than 10,000 for that piece, if I'm being 100% transparent on that one, because I'm pretty sure that there's more fire layers in this piece. I'm willing to bet. In fact, what I would like to do is I want to slab off the top here and get access to those lower levels. It's okay, Wildheart. You have plenty of rocks. Yeah, Azure Sky, like for larger obsidian pieces, like larger fire pieces, I don't like to sell them because I know that, because everything's based off like gram weight for selling it. And fire obsidian can range anywhere between $25 to $100 a gram, if not more, depending on color and clarity. And so with big pieces like that, the only way to realistically to sell this off would be to cut this up into smaller pieces and then sell it. Because no one's gonna buy that for like an absurd amount of money. You have to break it up, and I don't want to do that. I can't bring myself to do that. Yeah, 1 second, Bryce. I want to answer a couple other questions here really quick. George, this machine that I'm working on right here, this is actually made out of Springfield, Oregon. I believe they're selling these machines for $2,000. I had someone owe me a pretty big favor, and I got this for less than that. I got this machine like for $500 cash, and then again they owed me a huge favor. So this one's made out of Springfield, and then I do have a Diamond Pacific Genie over there, which I typically use that one for the diamond wheels for some grinding for some stuff, and then for the other wheels I use for typically for obsidian, like small pieces, or like softer stones. Do we just zoom at this while we talk? We can look at this while we talk. Let me get the fiber cloth. Oh, where'd it go? The fiber cloth of doom, because I do not like that fiber cloth. I think it knows it. That's why it's MIA. Well, it's all a risk. Good cow. Guess you ain't got no microfiber cloth. And then going down to Chris's question, how do you charge to do a stone? Or what do you charge to do a stone? So, Chris, I typically don't offer lapidary services. I am very picky and choosy on taking custom orders. Mainly because sometimes it takes me a super long time to get things done, and I'm not even going to hide that fact. There was one order that took me over a year to get to. Mainly because I just don't have a whole bunch of extra time to do a bunch of lapidary stuff. So I'm very picky on what I do and stuff like that. There we go. So let's turn off this light, and we're gonna use this light, and then we're just gonna shine this around as I talk. So I'm gonna read the comments, and then we're gonna move this down actually. Bring this down here. There we go, and then we'll bring it right here. There we go. We'll look at this while I respond to comments. Yes, I do stutter. I often do not enunciate my words. Might need a translator for me. But yeah, Chris, yeah, just keep it short. I don't often do a whole lot of lapidary work for a lot of people because just time constraints, and I often feel bad when I don't get the things on time. If I don't have anything lined up, if I have nothing else going on, yeah, I'll do some work, but it all depends on what it is. And the piece that we're looking at right here and is it's called Fire Obsidian. This particular variety, for those that don't know, this particular variety is only found in Oregon, nowhere else in the world, and that is why it's the most expensive variety of obsidian out there. And this one actually had another piece. So this piece went to this piece right here. And these layers, good question, these layers, what gives it the layers the color are nanocrystallized magnetite. They're 4 times thinner than the human hair. And Jared over Currently Rock Hounding, he actually measured the layers with, I forgot what he used to measure it, but yeah, he measured the layers, and they're 4 times thinner than the human hair. And they can be every color of the rainbow. They can be one single color. They can have all kinds of different patterns. I'll actually show you another cab here in a second that I eventually I'll make into a pendant. And then would I rather have 100K in Bitcoin or diamonds? Honestly, neither. Diamonds aren't even that rare. Diamonds are everywhere. So yeah, I mean, yeah, 10,000 for this stone. That's not unrealistic. I have another stone out in the in storage right now. That's 8 pounds. That's way bigger than this piece. And if once that's polished, I mean, if you do the math, if it's anywhere between $25 to $100 a gram for finished material, that adds up really quick. I mean, there is a lot of waste material, but also each and every one of these layers right here, that could be potentially another layer of the fire obsidian. So there could always be more in between, like this piece right here. So there might be one layer exposed right here, but there could always be more down here. And that's why I want to slab off the top here and see what other layers could be down there. I have to name her. Do all fire obsidian have those defined layers? No. Do I have a good example here? Here. Like they're all going to be different. Here, maybe we can zoom in just a little bit. So if you look close enough, right here, like all this right here is technically gold sheen, like in between the layers. And the fire obsidian layers are very inconsistent at times. And let's say if you found a piece of this and you want to kind of extract this out of it, it's not going to happen because those layers are too close to each other. So it can be hard to extract these out because it's hard. Because there is low grade quality. There's like low grade quality where it's like it's not even like worth it to really extract it out because the definition is it's just not there. Because technically it would be considered a fire obsidian. So maybe this other piece might have a good example here. Maybe not. But yeah, every piece is different. Some pieces are defined, other pieces are not. Once you work with it long enough, you kind of get an idea of what to look for and know how to spot it. Here, zoom. We already are zoomed out. No, as of right now, I'm not aware of any processes that are able to replicate it. That is something I would be very curious on trying. As far as like melting down magnetite, and I'm willing to bet it has to be like pure magnetite for it to crystallize like that. But we're talking about like minute amounts of magnetite to make those layers up. Like here's another piece right here. Here's another piece right here. And then I have a cab over here. Got my fingerprints all over it. Well, have a good night, Tara. Thanks for popping in for a little bit, hanging out with us. Let's adjust our lightness a little bit. There we go. Of course, I'm fogging up the stone a little bit, but that's another cab right there. And then, honestly, we can just compare it to the piece that we already have over here. So this is rainbow right here. And that's fire. More crisp. More detailed. And then Rainbow Obsidian, the layers with Rainbow Obsidian are really more, I guess they're thicker. I don't know how else to describe it, but they're also more made of like more microscopic gas bubbles for a Rainbow Obsidian. Whereas Fire Obsidian is nanocrystallized layers of magnetite. Is that? Like here's another rainbow sheen obsidian. Get the fingerprints off there. There we go. Bring it this way. There we go. So that's another like a sheened rainbow variety here. So the tiny Fire Obsidian show is still a couple hundred. So that cab I just showed, if I were to sell the cab as it is, it's going to be several hundred. Because that particular cab is like high quality. If it was low quality, it wouldn't be as expensive. But it's like any other like gemstone. The more colorful it is, the more free of ash pockets. Like a good example is right here. So if it doesn't have like these ash pockets, it'd be really high quality. Like this is another like rainbow variety here. It's got ash pockets. I call this one the galaxy because of the ash pockets look like stars. But yeah, color depending, quality depending, can really affect price. Has some slag glass from old Derbyshire settlements with sheen opalescent flares. Ooh, interesting. Okay, let me see if I missed any here. If I missed anyone's comments, I am sorry. I'm checking sometimes fly. Azure Sky, so going up to the magnetic comment, kind of. I did a video a long time ago taking different types of quartz, different crystals, obsidian, and put it on styrofoam onto some water and took a magnet to it, and it actually would be attracted to a magnet. But some crystals actually was repelled from the magnet. That was a fun little experiment. I always suggest anyone try that. Just a small piece of styrofoam that we don't have any drag resistance, and then put a small rock on there, a little rare earth magnet. It's really fun. It's like a little science experiment at home. Sounds like a Jared project. The obsidian hardness, oh gosh, we just looked at it earlier. It was 5 to 5.5. Let me double check here. Go backwards. Go backwards. Obsidian hardness anywhere between 5 to 5.5 on the Mohs scale. But I do have a bunch of obsidian that I do want to get polished and sold. Well, not all of it. A little bit. Because all the obsidian that I got, I acquired through like rock shops and estate sales. Because I knew what to look for. Because you can't just go out to Glass Butte, which that's where this obsidian comes from, and dig it and then sell it. It is against the BLM rules to do so. You have to have a permit to sell it. And even if you do, like, go out there and collect it, because it is free to go out there and collect, so long as you don't go to the claim areas, because there are claims for it. You can only collect so much per day, per calendar year, per person, and you can only use it for personal use. You cannot use it for resale or otherwise. And there's no gray area for this. Let's say I got this from Glass Butte and I work it. I turn it into something beautiful. I cannot then go and sell it and sell my time as an artist in order to profit from it. That's still a big old no-no. And that, if you get caught doing that, that can get you some hot water. The last time I went out there, I gave away almost all of it. I forgot how many boxes it was I gave away, but I gave away all the obsidian I collected, except for like I think 3 pieces I still have. So I want to get them polished and then give those away. Because I don't need more rocks. I really don't. I want more rocks, but I don't need it. Are they really, Wild Heart? If Spot emails you, will you please give them my phone number? Yeah, I can definitely do that. So Spot, just let me know. Well, yes, Chris. It is just a rock. And I don't know how they would find out. And maybe there might be people that might like rat other people out, because that does happen. But I can understand why BLM doesn't want people going out there and just collecting for resale. Because I think what happened at Davis Creek is a foreign company came in and just extracted obsidian out in like semi-truckloads. And I think that's why they shut it down the first time. I could be wrong. Someone feel free to correct me. But I feel like that's what I heard through the grapevine. And I'd be willing to bet that BLM, or that's in control of Glass Butte, doesn't want people doing the same thing over there. Well, hi there, Lanaberry. Yes, this is Obsidian. Bam. You know, Joseph Stanley, I'm not... I may have snitched on someone. I'm not going to say who it was. But hear me out. Hear me out. It wasn't so much as BLM property, but it was someone else's... it was a rock shop. And someone on TikTok they were live, and they were breaking the rocks in the rock pile. And I know Alan, or Al, the guy that owns the rock shop. He has specifically told me that it drives him absolutely like batty when people are breaking rocks out in the rock pile, especially when he had all the obsidian out there, because people were trying to break it to look for the fire obsidian. He's like, man, I really hate it when people are like doing that in the rock pile. And so there I am on TikTok, and there's someone that is, I know where they're at. I'm like, and so I gave the shop a call. I'm like, hey, just so you know, you have a couple individuals out in your rock pile right now, as we speak, breaking inventory that haven't paid for it. Lucky for them, Al wasn't working that day. Someone else was. And nothing happened. I was like fully expecting them to get like chewed out live on camera, and it didn't happen. Spot says, I have to warn you, well, I'm sorry about much of my info for lots of reasons, but it would be fine with me to if Kyle sent you my email. All right, Spot, I'll try to remember to do that when I get offline here. How rare is Amethyst or Yellow Jade? Amethyst is not super rare. And then Yellow Jade, I don't know. That one I don't know. So it makes it different from any other rock in regards to resale. Rich, what do you mean as far as like the difference between getting it at a rock shop versus like out there on BLM land? Crispy, I don't know, because this one isn't mine. I mean, typically Rainbow Obsidian, if you were to go to a rock shop, they usually, this is a very key word, very usually sell it between $8 to $10 a pound, depending on quality. But there are other places that do charge significantly more for the rough material. Just for the rough. Finished Obsidian tend to go for a bit more because the time that it takes to actually polish this stuff. Crazy. Okay, Spot. So Chris, what I'm doing is I'm trying to get this polished up. We've already worked through several stages. We're getting out all the previous scratches, deep scratches. Trying to get it nice and uniform before going to the next stage. And here in a second, I'll be using my air compressor to dry the stone, check my work. It's very important to continuously check work before going on to the next stage. Is once I get the polish and I miss something, it's going to be a problem. I would prefer not to have to go backwards. Forwards only. Well, Chris, if this was a rough piece, yes. But if I were to sell this, it would be way more than $20 because the amount of time that it takes to polish Obsidian. But again, this is not my piece. Go and check our work though. Al doesn't have a website. His shop is kind of more old school. Though I think he would do well if he did have a website. So yeah, there's still some fairly deep scratches down there. So, oh, poo. Yeah, this is. It's gonna be hard to show on camera. It looks great on camera, but when you get up close, there's some very minute details that might stick out. I mean, so Rich, it's all BLM land, like any BLM land here in the Northwest. Like it doesn't matter if it's Glass Butte or if it's like one of the other like state run properties. You can't go out there and collect it for resale unless you have like a special permit for it. And there's a lot of people out there be like, oh, I collected this. I'll work it. I'll polish it, and I'll sell it, and I'll make some money off of it. What the heck is on my beard? What the heck was that? Oh, it's part of the ShamWow. How'd that get there? But yeah, you can't do that. That's a big no-no. It can get you. If someone were to be very picky about it and see what you're doing, you can get in trouble. A lot of the rock shops here in the area, a lot of the rocks they get is typically from like old collections from people that passed away and family members that just want to get rid of the rocks and they don't want to deal with it. Nope, not hematite. That's a big old chunk of volcanic glass right there. I always take polished quartz. I do not like polishing quartz. I really don't, and I am not afraid to say that. I do not like polishing quartz at all. It's just very. I would rather polish obsidian all day rather than touch one piece of quartz. I hate polishing quartz. Kermit the Frog here. So Rich, there's one area in Oregon that does have obsidian, but you can't collect it because it's a state park. There are other areas in Oregon that you can find obsidian. There's even spots in Washington where you can find it, and also California as well, and Mexico. Like obsidian's all over. Like there's all different kinds of varieties of obsidian. I actually have a piece of, oh, I forgot the name of it, but it's actually a green obsidian. This right here, this is green obsidian from Burns, Oregon. It's green. It's actually green. I didn't make this sphere, but I bought it and didn't want to sell it. Yeah, it's natural volcanic glass. Well, howdy, Aim. Oh, nice wild heart. Yeah, I have another rough chunk somewhere. I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere. Got rocks everywhere. I don't know if anyone caught it earlier, but last night I was talking about getting a quote from a contractor to add on to the shop, and I may have to either get a second quote or figure out something else because that initial quote that I got, there's no way on this green earth I can afford that right now. Oh yeah, no, Rich, the fire obsidian. No, that only comes from Glass Butte. One spot in Glass Butte, and that spot has been claimed up. I went to Glass Butte the first time in 2012, and I only have a few pieces from that, and they're like really small pieces. A couple of years after 2012, a few people found a loophole because you can't claim for obsidian out there. You can't claim for obsidian. You can't claim from Cal Sydney, and you can't claim for something else. Forgot what it was, but you can't claim for those things. And someone found a loophole in the system to claim for the magnetite that gives it its color. I got a piece here. So we talk about it. Let's grab this piece right here. So this piece right here. Let's turn on this light. So this is technically gold sheen, but we're gonna talk about it. And so the claims that are out there. This is also an old piece, by the way. This is when I first started doing polishing. You can see the fire layers right here. Like those are all magnetite. Magnetite is what gives fire its color. Now, people found a loophole in the system to claim for obsidian, and their loophole consisted of them claiming for the magnetite that gives it its color, and they claimed it as gem grade magnetite. And the loophole worked. There's a few people that have the claims for the main hotspot for this stuff, and I believe after a while, BLM kind of caught on to this little loophole because there's nothing they can do about it now. And they're like, okay, we see your loophole. We raise you another loophole. You can have your claims, but you get to extract the magnetite on site, which is not humanly possible. You would literally have to grind this into a powder, and then even then you're not getting the magnetite out of there because those layers are so thin. And if you look, see how thin those layers are, and even that cab that I have over yonder, which I've already put somewhere, forgot where I put it, is super thin stuff. But the whole claiming for the obsidian, it's just a bunch of malarkey. It's a bunch of fluff, because that would be like me going to Glass Butte and like, okay, since I can't claim for obsidian, how about I claim for the iron that gives obsidian its red color? Like, could I do that? That would be definitely bending the rules and finding a loophole in the system. So there's a lot of people out there that are not too keen about these newer claim owners that found a loophole to manipulate the system to put a monopoly on the fire obsidian. Azure, you might have to send me pictures. I don't remember anymore. Best place in California to find a fire opal? I don't know. I haven't done a lot of like rock counting in California. Also, as you I can always look at the invoice too. PayPal keeps track of all that kind of stuff. Because I don't remember. It's been a hot minute. I don't remember. I know there's really only like one fire obsidian cab I remember selling. Only because the hot tea that was behind it. Like there's times where I forgot I've done like giveaways for some fire obsidian night. And I'm like, where'd I put that piece of obsidian out? And I couldn't find it. I'm like, oh, that's right. Wildheart, I don't know. PayPal should have sent reminders, I think, today. So yeah, PayPal should have sent reminders by today. You're welcome, Rich. I'm happy to share as much information that I know. I never, and I promise I'll never be like, hey, I'm the master of all. I know everything. I don't do that. If I know something and I feel like that is true, I'll share it. But if I feel like I'm kind of like iffy on the subject, I'll be like, to the best of my knowledge. But yeah, Fire Obsidian, I don't think it gets enough attention. Like I sent a bunch of pieces to the Gemstones channel. They did a big video on it. It was really cool, but it also kind of like nerve wracking to have like all my best pieces like in the mail to a different state on the other side of the United States. But everything came back great. Everyone that was there that worked with me was super nice, and they actually gifted me a little piece of velvet obsidian. And but yeah, it was cool to like see my pieces on another channel to get like, oh, I forgot how many views it got. It got like over 100,000 views I think on that video, something like that. But yeah, it's finicky stuff to work with. Like I have the big 8-pound piece. I don't know how I'm gonna work that piece. I really don't. There's 3 layers, 2 of which are very defined. One of the layers might be a burner layer, just like maybe I have to like cut through it to get to the main layers. But I want to extract all 3 if I can. I need a very steady, defined, like stable saw to cut through that thing. What time is it? 10:30. So yeah, I think what we'll pick up on this tomorrow. I do have some concerns with this piece though that I might have to backtrack. I don't want to backtrack, but I might have to. I'm gonna see if I can show you here what I'm looking at. And this is where the frustration of working Obsidian is. because it can be hard to show on camera. But I'm gonna do my best. Joseph, I don't even think I insured that package. Like, if that package got lost, I think even if I did insure it, like, I don't think the post office would want to pick up the bill on the value of that Obsidian. Get this word jar. Some of the green out of the burns area was getting some blue streaks in it. Not sure if you've seen some of that, Kyle. Very rare from that claim, but ooh, really? Well, thank you, Smurfin. I have not seen that before. I have 2 pieces of green. I have that sphere, and then I have a rough chunk. I have that specifically set aside because I don't see that green stuff all that much. Okay, I'm gonna kind of show you. I'm really hoping the camera can pick up on this. And the thing is too, I do have OCD, and if I see something I don't like, I very much tend to go back and redo stuff over and over again until I get it. Right there should be good. Let's see if I can find it here. I mean, it's looking better. Dave Lou, are you still here? Like, how perfect are you in this thing? Because I might have to go back now that I've gone through this 600. I'm going to take it out in the sunlight. If we have sunlight tomorrow, I might take it out in the sunlight to kind of try to find the issues. Yeah, there's a spot right there. Yeah, we can't really see on the camera all that much, but there's a little scuff right here. Oh, Dave, I was asking, like, how perfect are you in this thing? Because I might have to go back a couple stages off camera and focus on a couple spots. Because I'd really hate to go all the way to polish and see those issues, but who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. But maybe I'm just looking too closely at things. But it is looking much better. We're still on 600. Well, Dave, I'm still going to do the best I can. But I'm telling you, if no one's here has ever felt like contoured polished obsidian, there's something about the feel of it. It's just very like once this gets polished, it feels nice. It just touching it feels nice. It's a very sexy stone. Oh man, but yeah. Dave, I'm definitely going to do the best I can on this piece. I might even work a little bit like off camera tomorrow a little bit. Rain, the best chance for sunlight is going to be tomorrow between 3 and 5. Good to know. What would happen if I went straight to the buffing wheel? Well, the scratches that are still there would definitely show. Let's see if I can find a spot here. I'll zoom in a little bit. Right. Actually, that's perfect. So we should be able to still see all the scratches and stuff. Let's get my finger in there, so help divert the light a little bit, kind of. So if I took this to the buffing wheel, all those little scratches you see right there, those would really show. Especially over here, those big scratches right there. So I'm not even close to being done. So I'll be spending some time tomorrow off camera, just slowly working it, and then assuming that everything looks okay, what I'll do is we'll resume tomorrow night with 1200, so we're not spending all night on one stage. Because it could be a very tedious, boring job working on one stage for a long time, because it is a very time-consuming part, is getting all the scratches out. And I mentioned this before a while back, But the shop that I used to be associated with, he'd always, I wouldn't say pick on me, but he would always critique the fact that I spend so much time focused on the itty bitty tiny details. And there's times where like, yeah, he's not he wasn't wrong, but also it's like I like to have a good quality product when I get done. It's not like top notch, like A plus, like A triple plus, like grade. But I polish it to a standard where I polish it as if I was going to display it on my shelf because I'm very particular. But it takes a while. Yeah, got it. Azur's going to bed. He is. I'm gonna leave here in a second too. And Wildheart says, "Always a pleasure to join your lives." Oh, thank you, Wildheart. Always enjoy having you here with us. Have a good night, Azur. And Daniel says, "Bro, I got rocks and real amethyst still attached to geode. I would send to you." That's cool, Daniel. There's actually a piece that I think I showed it on a short video. Josh has a little amethyst nodule. It looks like it's like a bunch of little stalactites on the inside. I told him today, I was like, I have first dibs in that if you decide to sell it. Because that thing is so cool. Oopsie. I'm going to put this right here. That should be okay. Right here. There we go. Yeah, we'll work on that some more again tomorrow. Spot. Actually, I'm gonna make a note here. So I'm just gonna send. Oh gosh. I was Wildheart. Was I sending you Spot's email? I'm typing myself notes. To Wildheart, and then send. Because Wildheart, I can just send email, Randall your email. Yes. Okay. Here, I'll do this. I'll just take a picture with my other phone, with my burner phone. There we go. I took a picture. Pictures last longer. Just can't forget to check my folder when I get done here. So yeah, for this weekend, you're welcome, Wildheart. So yeah, for this weekend, 10 a.m. at the showroom, at my friend Josh's showroom. I was there today. He got a lot of stuff ready for us, and like I said, there's a lot of stuff, and I was looking at it, I'm just like, okay, it's gonna be a lot. I'm probably gonna move as fast as I possibly can, just so we can get through everything. Worst case scenario, if I'm leaving the lives up, so if anyone ever misses the live or missed something, keep an eye on the live. I'll try to keep an eye on emails like Saturday night, and try to set things aside for Sunday. If you see something, I'll get in a box. Basically, there's so much stuff. There's there's actually even a large specimen that I hope someone gets. It's been on the shelf for forever. It's a giant, massive, botryoidal hematite specimen. It's like yay big. It's massive. That's gonna be discounted. I I don't have room for it. I don't have room to buy it for myself. Randall, we all know better. Rock, paper, scissors. Well, I choose rock. Wildheart. I don't know if he's gonna respond right away or not. He is. He's gonna be marrying someone this weekend, but he has plenty of cathedrals, so he might be able to hook you up there. Definitely rock, Jenny. Oh dear. Ugh. Yeah, we'll can. Yeah, Wildheart, if you're okay with it, I can. Well, hi there, Mercy. Mercy, I'm up late every night. Let's see here. I'll have water too. I'm taking notes here. So Wildheart, if you're okay with it, I'll send Rob's email to you as well. Oh, and Mercy too. Okay, there we go. Wildheart, you're gonna have a lot of people emailing you. I took pictures. I took pictures of all the notes. I'll do that in a here in a little bit because I do have one more email to actually have a label to print. Actually, no, I'll print the label in the morning, but I'll send emails out here after in the live here. But yeah, this weekend's gonna be fairly big, which means come Monday morning, if I'm not responding to anyone's emails or messages, it's this last Monday was wrapping small stuff. This next Monday is gonna probably be wrapping like a lot of big stuff. Have you ever been to Australia? No, but I would love to go. My friend Theo Kellison, and his missus are actually no, they're in New Zealand right now, but they are also in Australia for their honeymoon. And I'm a little jealous. I got to go to the oh, my phone's dying. Charger. Oh, my phone just went dark. Oh no. Okay, we're good. But yeah, I would love to go to Australia. I want to go to New Zealand, Australia. Uh, I also want to go to Ireland and the UK and even like Africa. Like, there's some cool rocks in Africa as well. Well, hi there, Mona Lisa. Hi there, Chris. Opinions on Julius Rand. I don't know who that is. We'll have a good night, Betty. Oh, he's a basketball. That's probably why I don't watch sports. I spend all my time with rocks, crystals, and minerals. I don't even have time to play video games right now, and I love playing Minecraft and Skyrim and a few other games, and just don't have time for it. Oh no! So you know what's funny, Jenny, is we actually got River to say no, but say it in an Australian accent, and it's freaking adorable. She's like, "Oh no," or however she does it. She does a really good job. Little Australian baby. I actually sent a video of that to Theo and them because we all have our own own little chats like Theo um, and Rookie, and they all got a kick out of it. It was pretty cute. His spot. Cool Deep says, "Hi, I'm your big fan." Hold on. I'm your, I'm your big fan. You not give me response. By the way, I love you. Well, I don't know who you are, but I love you too. I'm speaking in my accent. Yeah, so Wildheart apparently Oregonians have an accent. I didn't know this. That was news to me. And I am going to block that person. That was weird. I'm not saying that comment out loud. That's not family friendly. There we go. I gotta refresh refresh that here. And go back down the live chat. There we go. Boom. Yeah, I can't even say the comment out loud because it's definitely not appropriate. Oh man. Well, you all know me. I'm bad at goodbyes. But I will make a video tomorrow while I'm at the warehouse, kind of like showing like as much of the stuff that we're gonna do. It's everything. Like, I can't even like explain how much stuff there is. I'll just do a video. I'll upload it as soon as I get home. Or I can even do a brief live. I can just do a brief live. I'll do that. We'll do a brief live there. Just kind of show everything that's there. Not sell anything. Just to be like, hey, this is what we're doing on Saturday. And then I'll upload another video as well. As far as the short content, that way you can kind of, hey, Kyle's going live in the next amount of hours. We'll do that. It will not. I promise. It won't be a long live because I still have a bunch of stuff to do tomorrow. But Rob, well, have a good night, Mercy. I'll be leaving here in a second as well. It's a mosquito. Shoot. Well, thank you, Wild Heart. Hugs to everyone. And with that, I'm going to go hang out with Amy for the rest of the evening. We're watching... what are we watching? White Lotus. The season's kind of boring. We're not really too invested in it, but we just want to watch it get over with. So, probably going to watch one episode. I'm going to go lay in bed. And I should have a delivery tomorrow, too. Yeah. Hopefully. Fingers crossed it actually shows up tomorrow. So, good night, everybody. Everyone have a nice evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. And I'll do a video tomorrow at the warehouse for a little bit. And then tomorrow evening, we'll pick up on work on this piece of Obsidian. And hopefully get it polished tomorrow night. Fingers crossed. So, yeah. So, bye, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Saturday. If I don't see you Saturday, Sunday. Oh, hi, Linda. Bye, Linda. Bye, everybody. There's a button. I don't even. I'll pose this. Yeah, pose this. Ah, cool.